Now, as they went on their way, Jesus entered a certain village, where a woman named Martha welcomed him into her home.
Hi, Jesus. Don't mind our messy home.
Hi, Martha. Good to see you.
She had a sister named Mary.
Hey, buddy, how's it going?
Hi, Mary. Great to see you.
Don't mind my crazy sister.
Who sat at the Lord's feet and listened to what he was saying.
Excuse me. Oh, sorry.
But Martha was distracted by her many tasks, so she came to him and asked, "Lord, do you not care that my sister has left me with all the work?"
Lord, do you not care that my sister has left me with all the work?
"Tell her then to help me."
Tell her then to help me.
But the Lord answered her.
No.
But the Lord answered her, "Martha, Martha, you are worried and distracted by many things.
Martha, Martha, you are distracted by many things.
There is need of only one thing."
There is need of only one thing.
Mary has chosen the better part.
Mary has chosen the better part,
Mary?
Which will not be taken away from her.
which will not be taken away from her.
Why Mary?
The gospel of the Lord.
So Mary really has the best outlook on this, as Jesus says, but Martha has the better question, at least is the way Tess played it, doesn't she? Why Mary? After all, Martha's done all the work. What's up with this story? It's a great little story, isn't it? Two people trying to be hospitable, meeting Jesus, serving him, and yet, poor Martha. I really feel bad for her. Is it just that she doesn't have a solidarity, a single purpose like Mary does? Or is she really just distracted and worried by many things? A few weeks ago, I met a colleague for coffee. We met out in Chester at a coffee shop. We had gotten our coffee. We wanted to sit outside. It was a nice day, though a little sunny. Both of us are a little light up top. So we decided, rather than sit at the table in the sun, we sat against the wall so the building would protect us a little bit. So we were sitting side by side. We both had an agenda for the meeting. And we were having a private conversation. And someone approached us. He was a little ratty looking. He had a little bit of a beard, although it looked more like he just hadn't shaved in a while. I know I can speak for myself. I started putting my hand in my pocket towards my wallet. I thought he needed some money. But then he started talking. He said, you know, my house burned down recently. And it's okay. I mean, the stuff is just stuff. And I know it's a pain in the neck, but I had insurance, so that's okay too. It'll just take a while. Things will be replaced and restored. What I'm really worried about is my dog. In the fire, the dog ran away. And so I'm out looking for him. And he went on to describe his golden retriever. And we talked for a little while, and he gave us his name. His name is Dave. And he gave us his phone number, and we shared ours, and we talked for a little bit. And then he moved on until he came to the next stranger in the road to share his story. And my colleague and I looked at each other, and my colleague closed his eyes and said, "Dear Jesus, thanks for the reminder. Thanks for showing up today." I think we do get busy and distracted and worried by many things. And we forget the better part. We forget to sit at the feet of the Master. We forget to locate Jesus exactly where he is, in our neighbor, in the people that we meet along the way. Rick Steves, who's one of my favorite Lutherans, he's a travel guide. He writes a lot of books on Europe and has a show on PBS that I enjoy. But he was in Chamonix, France this past week, and he made this little video right after the attack in Nice had happened. And he said this, he said, you know, we talk a lot about loving your neighbor. But to love your neighbor, you need to know your neighbor. When we travel, we get to know our neighbors. I thought that was a profound statement. Here we are, we have 5 people, Charlie being one of them, who just got back from getting to know neighbors in Maine on that mission trip. And we have 26 in all going on a mission trip to Toronto on Saturday, getting to know the neighbors there. And every 3rd Wednesday of the month, we get to know our neighbors here in Saybrook who come to the soup kitchen as we serve them, as we do those neighbors in Old Lyme every 5th Saturday. And we get to know neighbors here in this place when we welcome them. Whether it's for an event, or for a New Adventures lunch, or for the homework club that meets during the school year, we have opportunities to meet our neighbors. And it's a good reminder. Thanks, Jesus, for showing up. I think sometimes we subscribe to the theology and practice that says more or less, look busy, Jesus is coming. Rather than remember that Jesus is already here. And I think Mary helps us to see that. Not to pick on Martha, because I really do feel sorry for her. I don't think this story really is about work. It's not about dishonoring work at all. She cooks, she cleans, she prepares, she gets things ready. If you have ever had people over to your house, or have ever had a party or an event, or gotten church ready on Sunday morning, you know there's a lot of work that goes into it. And you know that it's good work to do. And at least as the way the girls portrayed it, Mary was part of that. Except the thing about Martha that she forgets, she kind of forgets that Jesus is there, doesn't she? She's caught up in many things, busy and distracted. And at least in her line to Jesus, it seems though she's kind of resentful about it, especially towards her sister. She resents that Mary is sitting there. Isn't that our calling, to locate Jesus exactly where he is and sit at the feet of our Master? The great theologian, Snow White, she once sang, "Whistle while you work, and cheerfully, together, we'll tidy up the place." There's got to be some joy involved in our work, doesn't there? I mean, not that all work has to be fun, but can't we bring some joy to it? Can't we bring a little fun? Can't we make it fun? I mean, think about it, especially those, there are some among us here who are new today. If you came in new and everyone was grouchy and just, kind of off to themselves, you wouldn't want to be here, would you? But if it seemed like there was some joy, some happiness, some laughter, some life of those sitting at the feet of their Master, well now, friends, we've got something great to share, don't we? Thanks for the reminder. I just got finished reading this book by Leonard Sweet. He's a theologian who works at Drew, teaches there. This book is called The Well-Played Life. He says, so often in the church we've turned the things we do into just such drudgery. We should play more. He says, love is not work. Love is play. Play that's meant to be practiced. Where are you practicing? Play. Several years ago at one of our Lutheran camps, these two counselors were assigned dish duty, and they had never done the dishes there before. Throughout the summer, they didn't have enough staff to do the dishes, and that be their job, so the different counselors had to rotate doing it. And there would be, I don't know, about 150 people in all to do all the dishes. So that's the plates, the cups, the bowls, the silverware, all the pots, pans, you name it. It was all a part of it. We had, there were these big bins to let it soak, so thankfully you could get some of the sauces off and things like that. And then once it was all scrubbed and cleaned, you put it through the sanitizing machine, and then someone else could dry them and put them away. This was during the staff training period, so it was only dishes for about 30 or so people. But it was the first time that they had done it. It was work. But they played. They made a little song up as they were doing the dishes. Here at Pine Lake, we do dishes. In the water are some fishes. And other lines just like that. The power of play as a way to draw people together. Tammy and I have been together ever since. Work and play, they go together, they belong together, but it's all about joy, isn't it? It's about sitting at the feet of our Master wherever Jesus shows up, and to be open to the places where Jesus shows up, whether we're out for coffee or tending to all the things that all of us have to tend to, or whether it's looking at the world and all of its pain and sorrow and still finding Jesus and his cross there. There's a great little line at the end of Sweet's book. It goes something like this. Some people fulfill themselves. Some people are full of themselves. Some people are just full of it. Disciples of Jesus are full of Christ. And to be full of Christ is to be at play. A sure sign of faith is to be at play. As we look for Jesus, as we sit at the feet of our Master, let us laugh, let us sing, and let us play.